matter how crazy they are. Question number 1. Jane asks, how do you get your ideas? My ideas come kind of randomly. There's not a secret formula. There is a pattern though. I get my best ideas weirdly in the shower. It sounds so weird. And driving to work. If there's no traffic and I'm just driving, I get into like this weird trance. Has anyone else driven somewhere and you've gotten there? It's super scary. You've gotten there and all of a sudden you're like, I don't remember the last 2 minutes of driving. It's the weirdest thing, but that's like somehow I zone out and all of a sudden I have a video idea, but then I'm like, how did I get here? It sounds dangerous. Maybe I have a problem. I maybe need to get that looked at. Question number 2, what or who is your inspiration for magic and YouTube? My grandfather was actually a big inspiration in all my magic. I started learning practical magic when I was in middle school. For me, magic was a really cool thing because I was a shy kid. I'm still actually a really shy person. I'm an introvert. It's hard for me to actually make conversation with people. And so magic, especially when I was growing up, was a cool kind of conversational piece, and learning magic as a kid really gave me confidence to walk into a room and, you know, in that awkward moment if I don't want to like start a conversation, I'd be like, hey, you want to see a magic trick? Pull out a deck of cards and all of a sudden you're making a friend too, and a crowd slowly gathers and it kind of gives you this boost of confidence as a kid. So that's why I'm a big supporter for learning magic, and it's also very difficult. And so my grandfather, to answer your question, was the one that got me in. We'd travel all around the Northwest. He'd take me to convention centers where there was magic communities and performers, and then they were telling the secrets and training. So it's a fun community if you get down the rabbit trail in the magician world. Question number 3. I'd ask you a generic question like something about magic, but instead I'll ask, what's the funniest way you've been injured? I totally know the answer actually. I think I was about 11 years old. We moved out to the country. I lived in the city. I grew up in Portland, Oregon. We moved out to the country. Within the first day of moving there, I was exploring the backyard, which was a giant forest. So it was about 10 acres of farmland, and then behind that was a forest. Growing up, I always wanted a zip line. My dad and I had planned to make a zip line and we never got around to it. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna grab some rope. I found some sort of wheel that kind of acted as that top little thing to get you across the zip line. So I built a zip line across this gully. And in the backyard, the forest went like that. I ran the line of rope from one tree on one side of the gully to the other, and I decided to make a harness for myself. So I just tied the rope around my waist and my crotch, and I went for it, and I ended up getting stuck because it wasn't downhill enough. The rope was just kind of even. I was 11, so I should have known that, but I got stuck in the middle. I'm just hanging there, but I'm screaming because my crotch hurt really bad. Totally lost all feeling below the waist. I was dangling there for like 30 minutes until my sisters finally came over and like cut the rope. But I was convinced because of that experience I might never be able to have kids, which isn't true because my wife and I are having a baby. It feels like a lot of YouTubers are having babies right now. Question number 4. When and how did you start your magic video? I've been on YouTube for about 9 or 10 years up to this point. When Vine came out several years ago, it was interesting because it kind of forced me to, for the 7 seconds, to tell like a quick trick. And I kind of went back to my roots from middle school and junior high learning magic, pairing that with the film that I know now. What I always felt like magic was missing was the story element. You'd see a handkerchief, a white handkerchief turned to doves. It's really cool, don't get me wrong, but I never understood the story connection. Like, why would you in your life need to throw a white handkerchief and actually get doves? So for me, Vine kind of challenged me in this weird way to like add a story to the magic and the tricks. And that's been the fun of it ever since. Did you ever find the owner of the credit card ID and cell phone? Yes, so a couple videos ago in a vlog, I went to San Francisco, I dove down with my buddy Aaron underneath the Golden Gate Bridge, and we searched for some treasure, and we found actually some cell phones and some other items. You can watch that video. I'll post a link down in the description. But we found this gal's cell phone and it had a wallet and some personal credit cards. So I asked you guys for help if you knew this girl, and I got like 1,000 responses. So I'm still going through those. Most of them are all completely fake. Thank you very much. Okay, answering a few random questions and then we're gonna call it. Favorite breed of dog? My favorite breed of dog is a boxer. And actually, it's really sad. My childhood dog that I grew up most of my life with just passed away last weekend, so it was really sad. We were on FaceTime together with my family and we watched him pass. He had a heart attack. He was 10 or 11 years old, so he was ready, and boxers kind of die at around that age. It's been a sad week. There's something about a childhood dog that is, it's like losing a friend in like a really weird way. You grow up with them. Favorite Otter Pop flavor? Green. Every time I see a green one, I'm like, give that to me. Do you like sandwiches? Yes, and you know what sandwiches I've been eating lately that I really enjoy? The Panera ones. I hadn't had them a lot before, but they have this ham and Swiss one. What was your job when you were younger? I used to work at county fairs and farmers markets popping kettle corn. I was actually the one to pour the kernels and actually learn the recipes of this Miss Hannah's kettle corn. It's amazing stuff. If you ever go to Portland, Oregon, they still have a shop up in Bridgeport Village, I believe, but it's incredible. And I still order it online actually. So that was my first job. It was fun, and I popped kettle corn, and I can still whip up some really good kettle corn here at home. So thank you, Miss Hannah's, for my first job and employing me and believing in me. Look where I am now on YouTube. Are you actually good at Fortnite? No, I'm terrible, but I play, it's fun. Are you in a relationship? Yes. I'm married. So a lot of people are asking me to do Nerf battles. Yes, we're trying to do some fun Nerf battles, and if you have any ideas for who we should invite, like other YouTubers, and kind of challenge them to a battle, let me know down in the comments as well. I'd love to reach out to them and see if we can get them over to the studio for a fun battle. Anyways, I'm gonna run, go get some barbecue, but I hope you have a great weekend, and here's a fun video, and subscribe.